Don't even ask how I am. I am literally vibrating with rage right now.
Oh boy, put down the fork before you stab someone. What did Tom do this time?
He bought himself a coffee on the way home.
A coffee? Okay, that seems like a pretty low bar for this level of anger.
It is not the coffee. It is the principle. It is the fact that I spent my entire Saturday cleaning out the garage so he could park his car, and he cannot even bring me a $5 latte without me asking.
Ah, I see. It is about the balance sheet. Drink your tea and tell me everything.
It sounds petty when I say it out loud, I know it does, but it is just exhausting, feeling like I am the only one putting points on the board.
I get it. It is never just about the coffee. Talk to me about these points.
I feel like I am running a constant deficit in this relationship. I am constantly making deposits into the relationship bank account, and he is just making withdrawals. Just this week, I cleaned the garage, I booked the flights for his cousin's wedding, I remembered to buy his mom's birthday card, and what do I get in return? I get to watch him drink a latte he bought only for himself while he plays video games.
That does sound frustrating. It sounds like you are keeping a very detailed ledger in your head of everything you do versus everything he does.
Well, someone has to keep track. If I stop keeping score, I feel like I will just be taken advantage of. I feel like I am always waiting for him to even the score and pay me back for my effort, and he never does.
And when he came home with that solo coffee and sat down to play games, what did you say to him?
I didn't say anything. I just glared at him and then loudly started emptying the dishwasher. He should know why I'm mad. After all the effort I put in this weekend, he should have known he owed me something nice. He should have known. That is a dangerous phrase. You are expecting him to read your mind and balance a ledger that he does not even know exists. But it's common sense. If I do something big for you, you do something big for me. That is how fairness works. Why do I have to spell it out for him to be a decent partner?
I think we need to talk about the difference between a business deal and a marriage. Because right now, you are treating a relationship like a transaction.
But isn't a relationship supposed to be 50-50? If I give 100% and he gives 0, that is not a partnership. That is charity work.
It is rarely 50-50 in the moment. Sometimes it is 90-10, and other days it flips. But the problem isn't the math, it is the secret rules you are playing by. There is a term for what you are doing. It is called a covert contract. A covert contract. That sounds like spy stuff. It is actually sabotage. A covert contract is when you do something for someone, but deep down you have a secret expectation of what you will get in return. You cleaned the garage, but the secret price tag attached to it was, I want to be praised and pampered this afternoon. Well, yeah, who cleans a garage for fun? I did it to make his life easier, so I expected him to make my life easier. But did Tom agree to that deal? Did he sign a contract saying, if you move the boxes, I will bring you coffee and rub your feet? No, obviously not, but he should want to do it. But he doesn't know he is in debt. That is why it is unfair. You are walking around holding a hidden bill for services rendered. He thinks you just did a nice thing because you care about the car or the house. When you hand him the bill later by being angry, he feels blindsided. He thinks he is free, but you think he owes you.
So, I'm setting him up to fail?
Exactly. When you keep score, you are not on the same team anymore. You are opponents. You are literally looking for evidence that he is failing you so you can feel righteous about your anger. Every time he forgets a coffee, you get to check a box that says, see, I'm the martyr and he is the villain. That is really ugly when you put it that way. But it is true. When he walked in without the coffee, I felt this rush of validation. Like I knew he would disappoint me. And that validation is the enemy of intimacy. You cannot feel close to someone while you are busy building a case against them. As long as you have that scorecard in your head, you will never be happy because you're always waiting for him to pay a debt he does not even know he has. So, what is the alternative? Do I just stop doing nice things, or do I just let him be lazy while I do everything? No, you stop doing things with strings attached, and you start asking for what you actually want instead of trading for it.
So, how do I stop the scorekeeping?
It is a hard habit to break.
I feel like if I do not track it, I will just disappear.
You replace the covert contract with an overt request. It is actually very simple, but it requires swallowing your pride. If you want a coffee, you text him and say, "Hey, please bring me a latte on your way home."
But that ruins it. If I have to ask, it does not count. I want him to want to do it.
That is the Hollywood lie. That is the romantic comedy brainwashing talking. Asking does not make it less valuable. In fact, asking makes it possible for him to win. Right now, he is playing a game where he does not know the rules. If you tell him exactly what makes you feel loved, he has a clear target to hit.
So I should have just asked for the coffee?
Yes, and for the garage, you have two choices. Choice A is you clean the garage because you want a clean garage and you expect zero reward for it. You do it as a gift to the household with no strings attached.
And choice B?
Choice B is you negotiate the deal up front. You say, "Hey Tom, I really hate cleaning the garage. If I spend Saturday doing that, will you handle dinner and give me a back rub tonight?" You get the agreement before you do the work. That sounds so businesslike. It is honest. It prevents the resentment. Because if he says yes, then he knows what is expected. And if he says no, then you do not have to clean the garage. You save yourself the anger.
It is funny, I'm terrified to ask for what I want because I'm afraid he will say no. So instead, I do things I do not want to do and get mad when he does not guess what I want in return. It's totally backward.
It is a defense mechanism, but vulnerability is asking for what you need and risking the no. Tell him what you need. Stop testing him. He is your husband, not a psychic.
Okay, I am going to text him right now. I am going to say, "I'm stressed about the garage cleanup, and I would really love it if you picked up Thai food for dinner so I do not have to cook."
Perfect. No guilt, no scorekeeping, just a clear request. Watch how relieved he will be to just have a mission.
He just replied. He sent a thumbs up and a heart, and he said, "Great idea. I was starving." See? You got what you wanted, he is happy, and nobody had to die. I guess I can retire my ledger. Thanks for talking me off the ledge. Anytime. Now drink your tea before it gets cold.